I think the first real experience I had with cancer was a friend in college. He was a incredibly robust and and exciting young man. He was 20 years old. He was a magician and was his skill was in sleight of hand. So I remember Mark would come to a party, one of our college parties, and he would shake someone's hand, and by the end of the party they would be very upset because they thought that they had lost their watch. But he, by the end of the party, would have everyone's watch in his pocket. So he was a bit of a, he was a little, I don't know what the word would be, but he was sort of a little devil in that way, but very playful. But one of the things about him was that he was incredibly dexterous. He moved like a cat. But I remember greeting him once with a group of friends after spring break and giving him a warm embrace. He was a pretty warm guy. And unfortunately, one of my other friends who embraced him, he then kind of recoiled and was in a lot of pain. And it turned out that that embrace had led to a fracture at the head of his humerus. His arm was broken. I had some strong friends, but I didn't think it was really, at that magnitude. And it turned out that he subsequently developed something called osteosarcoma, or cancer of the bone. And Mark was treated when I was in medical school at the facility where I went to medical school. It was very hard to see this young man suffer with this disease and unfortunately eventually succumb to it. I think the question that we ask ourselves a lot in life, especially when it comes to cancer, is why? What is the order of the universe that allows a 25-year-old young man with no family history of cancer, who didn't smoke, who exercised, what is the reason behind why someone like that develops cancer? I think that question of why was a question that I was used to asking. I lost my own father to a heart attack at 16. And I had a lot of moments where I asked myself, why? I don't know that you ever get answers to those questions, but I think Mark really helped me to think about that question of why.